score Taylor's last 5, so give it to an open Abby Brooks for 3, and Taylor leads for the first time today.
Good evening and welcome here inside Odell Arena on the campus of Taylor University for tonight's second game of the Crossroads River States Classic. Here tonight it pits Cincinnati Christian, the Eagles, against the 19th ranked Taylor University Trojans. Rick Johnson here with you tonight. Taylor comes in with an overall record of 5-1. Their only blemish, a loss to Metro State, a Division II school out in Denver. Their last game was an exhibition on Monday where they fell by a final of 84-74 to Purdue Northwest. Cincinnati Christian comes in with just a 1-4 overall record. Their last game out was on Tuesday. They had a 76-62 setback against Georgetown College. Before tonight's game, the Trojans will honor Kendall Bradbury for setting the all-time career scoring marks. We will carry that live for you. But now we'll take a quick break and then come back. Actually, we'll do it. We'll jump right into it right now for our pregame conversation with the head coach of the Trojans, Jody Martinez.
Hey, Christian. Yeah. First time in a long time we get to catch up with the head women's basketball coach here at Taylor, Jody Martinez. And Jody, you've had a considerable amount of more home games than the guys have, but needless to say, welcome back to Odell Arena.
Yes, girls are excited about being back tonight, tomorrow, and then Tuesday, so 3 in a row before we head on to our Tennessee trip. But the girls are very excited, and hopefully we can continue the momentum we had when we left here in October.
You guys have played a lot of road games, obviously, but a lot of miles in there as well. You went to Denver for the Kendall Bradbury farewell tour to her college career. You guys played a couple more road games. You were at Purdue Fort Wayne on Monday. Does that kind of help set things up as you look to potentially another return trip to the national tournament where there are a lot of games in a lot of days in a tightly compact schedule?
And throw in the competitive teams that we played. So, yeah, that was kind of a taste of hopefully what is to come in March. It'll be great to have that opportunity in March and then use this recent trip as a motivation, like, hey, this is what we did. We know how to play in 5 days. And so we had 5 road games in 10 days, so we're tired. But I think playing at home is going to give us adrenaline. But, yeah, it was fun to see how they responded to the challenge and got better.
We mentioned the great competition, the University of Denver, Metro State out there in Colorado. We mentioned Purdue Fort Wayne on Monday, and then obviously the big win at Olivet Nazarene. They play that unique style of basketball. And, oh, by the way, in that game, Kendall Bradbury becomes the all-time leading scorer in program history. What's it been like to coach her for a year plus?
It's been a pleasure. One thing we talked about after she broke the record is I've coached players who've broken records, and I just reiterate that in society, through sports, individuals get the accolades. But what happens is when you have a career scoring record, when you see the years that she did it in, it's all 4 years of teammates that helped you get that accomplishment. So never forget of your teammates, the memories of your teammates, and the sacrifices they had to make to play a role for you to accomplish an individual stat that society loves to recognize. And so, Kendall's very humble by it. She's very team-oriented, loves her teammates. You can hear her give them credit and all that kind of stuff. But Kendall just loves the game. She has great IQ, one of the highest I've ever coached. Skill level, inside, outside. I'm sure there's things we all want to get better at, and I think Kendall has the attitude to get better.
Two of her two of her best teammates graduated last year in Josie Cobb and Cassidy Wise. That was one of the question marks coming into the season, is who would fill those second and third scoring options for your team. Well, they both come from the same family, and Abby and Becca Books. They're both averaging over double figures. They took their game to a new level last year, and they've taken it to a whole nother level this year. What's it been like to see them continue to improve in the short time you've been their head coach?
Yes, I mean, especially when you look at their stats their freshman year, and to see the motivation within themselves, and just see the improvement, it speaks volumes to their work ethic and therefore the success they're having. So those two getting better in the off season has helped this team to where we're at, being 5-1, with that one loss being at Metro State in Denver, which was an NCAA school. And the Twins are a major factor right now, and that's important to us as we lost two very good seniors, as you mentioned, in Cassidy and Josie.
You look ahead to tonight's opponent, Cincinnati Christian. What can fans expect out of the Eagles tonight?
Well, I think they're going to go scrappy. I think they're going to go into a zone, use their athleticism and their quickness to our maybe not so quick lateral defense, but I think it's going to be a fast-paced game. I think you're going to see a lot of threes up today because of their zone, which is fine as long as we're hitting them. And so I was joking to someone today that I think we're going to hit 23s today. We'll see.
Well, if you'd hit that would tie the mark that the men's basketball team set a year ago. So 20 is the most that any basketball team, no matter the gender, has ever hit here at Taylor. So there's the goal for the night.
There's our goal. Maybe if I tell the girls that, then 21 will be their goal. And so we're going to be launching it. I told them, if they're going to go in the zone, we've already faced a team that did it to us this year. I said, you got to shoot the open shot. With the shot clock format and style of play is just, make the extra pass, but be relaxed, shoot the ball, and we'll see what happens. And if they come out of the zone, then we can run our man sets. But we only have one zone offense, and it works. So hopefully it continues to work. But I would assume that Cincinnati Christian is going to go into a 3-2, a 1-2-2, or a 2-3, mainly probably a 3-2 because they can get to the wings because we are shooters. So yesterday in practice, we worked on how to get the ball inside against that kind of zone.
Jody, thanks for the time, and good luck against Cincinnati Christian.
Hey, thank you.
Back here inside Odell Arena, we appreciate Jody Martinez for his time today. Let's send it down to our public address announcer, Tanner Huber, for tonight's starting lineups.
As a champions of character institution, Taylor University asks each of you to embrace the NAIA's 5 core character values of respect, integrity, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership to create a positive environment throughout tonight's contest. Before we get to tonight's lineups, we wanted to take a moment to recognize the recent accomplishment of one of our student athletes. Kendall Bradbury became Taylor's all-time leading scorer on Saturday, passing this class for the program record after collecting 27 points in a victory over number 18 Alabama National League. The senior All-American led the NAIA in scoring last season and will enter tonight's contest with 2,191 career points. Let's give a big round of applause for Kendall Bradbury. After observing the national anthem prior to the 5 p.m. contest, we will now move forward with tonight's starting lineups. First for the visitors from Cincinnati Christian. At guard, 5'5" junior from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 2, Camille Owen. At forward, a 5'8" senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 4, Nyshay Hill. At guard, 5'5" freshman from Bellevue, Kentucky, number 12, Courtney Schmitz. At guard, a 5'8" freshman from Kissimmee, Florida, number 14, Gabby Suarez. And at forward, a 5'9" sophomore from Dayton, Ohio, number 21, Brianna Bransford. The Eagles are coached by Markel Cox. He's assisted by Zach Exeter. and Marshall scoring. And now fans, get on your feet for the starting lineup for your Taylor Trojans. At guard at 5'7" senior from Columbia City, Indiana, number 14, Aubrey Wright. At guard at 5'7" senior from Crawfordsville, Indiana, number 22, Lacey Garrett. At forward at 5'11" senior from Highlands Ranch, Colorado, number 32, Kendall Bradbury. Guard at 5'11" junior from Angola, Indiana, number 40, Abby Brooks. And finally at guard at 5'11" junior from Angola, Indiana, number 44, Becca Brooks. Your Trojans are coached by Joey Martinez. He's assisted by Natalie Young and Cassidy Watt.
So the normal starting five that Taylor has trotted out here for most of the season: Aubrey Wright, Lacey Garrett, the guards, Kendall Bradbury, Abby Books, and Becca Books up front. For Cincinnati Christian, their leading scorer is Donshay Hill, a 5'8" senior out of Cincinnati. She gets the start tonight. She averages just over 11 points per game. Camila Bomar, 5'5" junior, also out of Cincinnati, Ohio. She is also their top leading scorer. She averages just below 10 per contest. Other starters: Courtney Schmitz, Gabby Suarez, and Brianna Bransford. CCU coached by Markel Cox in his second season. Taylor coached by Jody Martinez, also in his second season. It's also his 19th season overall as a head coach. Bransford and Bradbury will jump. Taylor on the home white, Cincinnati Christian in the road gray. Ball into the air, Bradbury taps it back, Becca Books will control. And Aubrey Wright will step across the timeline with a sleeve on her right arm and gives off to Lacey Garrett. Taylor in white jerseys and shorts with gold numbers and purple letters. The numbers are trimmed in purple. Aubrey Wright through her hands, snatches away from trouble. Garrett spins to the far side. Abby Books will send in a three, and that one's off the front rim hard. Tapped out near the timeline. Garrett gets it, falls to the floor, sliding on her knees, throws it off of a CCU defender. It'll bounce all the way to the opposite timeline, and it'll stay with Taylor. Garrett slid on her knees. She threw that one off the knees of the Cincinnati Christian defenders. Courtney Schmitz, one of the ones in there for CCU, and Taylor will once again attack the basket to our right. Cincinnati Christian in the road gray with purple numbers and letters trimmed in white. Bradbury free throw line finds the cutting Becca Books down on the baseline, and she's fouled on a left-handed try from the left side of the hoop. First foul on Cincinnati Christian, and it goes against Brianna Bransford, her first. Bransford averages just over 3 fouls per contest. That'll send Becca Books to the line, one of the best free throw shooters in the country at just below 89%. And Becca makes the first free throw for our first points of the evening. And she tries to give Taylor a 2-point clearance. And she does. 2-0 start for the Trojans. Here's the first time that CCU is going to get the ball, and Taylor will apply some pressure in the backcourt with the Books twins and Garrett. Across the timeline, near sideline, Bomar. CCU goes from right to left in dark gray. Abby Books up top. She shades on Gabby Suarez. To the far sideline, this is Schmitz and Taylor in their 3-2 zone, which has given teams fits for a year and a half. Near sideline, Bomar, right-hand bounce, got her into the paint, then outside the arc, right side to Schmitz. 6 to shoot early on here in the first quarter. Outside, stepping in is Suarez, and she's called for a double dribble with the shot clock dwindling. First turnover of the night for either side, and Taylor will get the ball back for the third time this evening. They lead 2-0 on the back of 2 Becca Books free throws. Garrett will run the point. Wright steps in, right side circle. Garrett attacks, no-look dish, left sideline to Books. Mid-post left, Bradbury spins a right-hand hook, hits the front rim, tapped to the sideline and the near side of the floor by Abby Books, but it's gathered in by Suarez of Cincinnati Christian. Suarez sprinting, angling. She'll find the trailing Donshay Hill, who buries a right side circle three. Donshay Hill, a 33% three-point shooter, cans her first one here, and that gives CCU the lead at 3-2. They have the first field goal of the night. Garrett whips it outside to Aubrey Wright, chased off the right side circle. She'll flip it back to Bradbury, same spot, and she'll bang in a three from the right side perimeter. First scoring for the all-time leading scorer in Taylor women's basketball history, as Bradbury's first triple pushes Taylor back in front by 2. 3-2 zone with Abby Books at the point up top. Far sideline, this will be Schmitz. Picks up her dribble and inside the arc. A long two from the right corner is perfect from Donshay Hill. She has all 5 here for Cincinnati Christian, and our ball game even at 5 apiece. 2:15 gone here in our opening quarter. Taylor with the ball from left to right in white. Near sideline is Aubrey Wright. A right-hand bounce against the 3-2 zone of Cincinnati Christian. Garrett into the paint. Bradbury outside far sideline to a little shimmy of Abby Books. Right-hand floater will dance off the rim, and it's hauled in down low by Bransford of Cincinnati Christian. She'll run the point with Wright chasing her down from behind. Far sideline to the open. Schmitz for three. That one off the right side of the rim. It's tapped and gathered in by Lacey Garrett of Taylor. 22 drives, slips it out to Abby Books. Driving from the high left side to the near sideline. It goes to Aubrey Wright. Left-hand bounce to the mid-post right. Bradbury just storms right in, throws it up, and it'll go out of bounds on the block from Don Shea Hill. Bradbury tried to finish through contact, could not, and the inbounds play will be Aubrey Wright's from the right sideline. With 16 to shoot, and our game dead even at 5 aside. And a sub comes in here for CCU. Bransford out. And number 0, Autumn Westmoreland comes in, She's our first reserve of the night for either team. Driving, Bradbury throws it in, missed, and the foul called before Bradbury could get the shot off. It's on the newcomer Westmoreland, her first, and the team's second. 7:08 to go here in the second quarter. They get it into Bradbury, right elbow. Quickly off to the high left side and B. Books. Between the circles to Garrett, still in that 3-2 zone to Cincinnati Christian. Garrett spinning, has two defenders. Abby Books had to go off of her fingertips, and she was able to gather it back in. Right-hand dribble, trying to get away from trouble, so floated high to the near side arc, and Bradbury holding it high over her head. Into the paint, Abby Books outside to a contested three from Bradbury. That's rattled in from the right side arc. A 2-for-2 start from Kendall Bradbury, who comes in shooting at 30% from three-point land. She's 2 of 2 to start, and Taylor leads 8-5 as Bradbury has outscored CCU by herself at a 6-5 clip. Into the corner it goes to Bomar. This one goes over the head of Westmoreland. It'll bounce to the scores table. Another turnover here against Cincinnati Christian gives the ball back to Taylor. Second turnover of the night for Cincinnati Christian. Taylor just 2 of 6 from the field to start. CCU is 2 for 3 from the field. 2 3-pointers from Bradbury. 2 free throws from Books for the 8 point. That's Becca Books for the 8 Taylor points. Garrett weaves up top. Aubrey Wright wants a 3. That one hits hard off the front rim, but Bradbury gets the miss, can't get the putback, and she's taken down to the parquet floor, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Third foul against Cincinnati Christian here in our opening quarter. And this one goes against their leading scorer, Don Shea Hill. And Bradbury to the line for 2. An excellent free throw shooter at 88%. She became the all-time leading scorer in program history in Taylor's win over Olivet Nazarene last Saturday. And Kendall hits the first free throw. Coming in is Haley Hutchins here for CCU. 6'4" freshman center out of Dayton, Ohio, and Beaver Creek High School. Second free throw from Bradbury, good. She's got 8. Her team has 10, and Cincinnati Christian has 5. 6:08 to go here early on in the opening quarter. Taylor will try to trap, and then a tripping call against the Trojans against either Garrett or Abby Books, as Suarez was tripped down to the floor. It'll go against Garrett, her first, team's first. A fresh 30 to work with here for Cincinnati Christian as Westmoreland will get it into Suarez. 3-2 zone for the Trojans. Near sideline holding over her head is Schmitz. She picks up the dribble, mid-post left Hutchins. That's a pass tapped away by Abby Books. She only has defenders in front. Books measures her steps, throws it up off the glass, and she was taken down to the floor on the 4th foul of the night by Cincinnati Christian. This one will go against Gabby Suarez. It's her first. Good take there by Abby Books as she measured her steps going in down the right side of the lane. And Abby will go to the line where she's only missed 1 free throw this year. She is 11 of 12. And she swishes home the first one. Checking out for Cincinnati Christian is Camila Bomar. Back in is Bransford. 6-point Taylor lead and make it 7 as A. Books knocks down both freebies. She and her twin sister Becca have the only 4 free throws. Then as Abby stole the ball in the inbounds play, her foot was on the baseline to our right, and the possession will stay here with Cincinnati Christian. So 1 second will tick off of the shot clock. And Westmoreland will get it in with Abby Brooks hovering near her. They get it into Suarez. Garrett trying to pounce on her. Near side pass to Schmitz. She hits the brakes before going across the timeline. And a one-hand flip off to Westmoreland. Pass high in the air, Suarez. Clapping for it near side corner is Bransford. She'll get it, then she'll jet it all the way across to the opposite side at Schmitz. She'll dribble to the baseline, and she'll send it out of bounds. Another turnover gives the rock back to Taylor. Fourth turnover by the visitors tonight. Taylor has been clean here in our first 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Schmitz out along with Westmoreland. And coming in for CCU is Sam Vega, 6'6" freshman from Doral, Florida. Trying to see who the other newcomer is in for Cincinnati Christian. Bomar back in. Into the paint, Bradbury, pass too far for her to get to. And here comes CCU the other way on the first Taylor turnover. Angling to the middle, almost losing the dribble with Suarez, but she gets it back as she skips towards the top of the key. High left side, Bomar. Mid-post left to Hutchins. Height advantage against Bradbury. Turns, little right-hand hook, rattles in for two. First field goal by someone not named Donshay Hill for Cincinnati Christian, and they draw to within 5, down 12-7. Wright near sideline in the 3-2 in the 2-3 zone here for Cincinnati Christian. Wright in trouble, has to throw it up near the timeline, and Lacey Garrett puts her foot right in the ground and prevents herself from going across the timeline. Well done by Garrett. Wright, three-point shot is good from the bright side perimeter. First scoring for Aubrey Wright, and Taylor goes back in front by 8, 15-7 as they apply pressure in the backcourt. Suarez with Garrett there. Hutchins trying to get it away from Wright and does. A bounce pass near side. Stepping into a three is Bransford. That one long. Wright crashing in. It goes out off of her hands. And it'll stay here with CCU as both Wright and Garrett trying to fight with the 5'5" or 6'6" Vega for the rebound. Garrett out, Huffman in for TU as the Trojans hold. An 8-point lead at 15-7 with 4:21 remaining in quarter one. Far sideline, Bomar, left-hand dribble. She'll punch it outside to the volleyball line, and Suarez. Huffman guards her in the man-to-man. Down the left side of the lane, and then kicking out near side to Bransford. Right-hand dribble, right-hand shot from the league logo short, and Becca Brooks will rip that rebound out for the Trojans. Huffman in, quickly cross-court to Bradbury. She'll fire a transition three. That one dies off the back of the rim, but Aubrey Wright comes in for the rebound, and then her arm was held there by Gabby Suarez. That's just the third miss from three-point range for Taylor tonight. That's the second foul against Gabby Suarez, and more importantly, the fifth one against Cincinnati Christian. And that will put Taylor in the bonus for the final 3:57 of our opening quarter. And Aubrey Wright to the line for two, where she's a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line here in 2018. And she remains perfect with the first one going through. Donshay Hill back in for Cincinnati Christian. She replaces Suarez with the two personal fouls. Taylor, an excellent free throw shooting team at 88%, and Wright will cash in on both. She scored Taylor's last 5, a three-point shot, and those two free throws. Taylor up by a game-high 10, 17-7. Again, they hassle Bomar in the backcourt. She accelerates to the front. Her pass intercepted by the two hands of Kendall Bradbury. Huffman dribbling up the left side with her left hand to the left sideline and A-Books. Huffman to the near side of the floor and right into the corner to Becca Brooks, who's open for a three. That one just spins off the rim. Aubrey Wright gets the rebound. She'll pocket one over to Abby Brooks. Down to the block and B-Books. Out of trouble from a double team. Wants to find twin sister Abby. She'll go down the baseline into the corner to Aubrey Wright, whose three is just off target left. And Vega was there for the rebound. Abby Brooks bumped her, and Abby gets called for the foul. It's her first. Subs come in, Lauren James and Meredith Deckard for TU. Out go Wright and Abby Brooks. Westmoreland back in for Cincinnati Christian. She replaces Haley Hutchins. 17-7, the Taylor advantage. Cincinnati Christian with the ball. As Donshay Hill back in with her team-high 5 points. 3:20 and counting to go here in quarter one. Westmoreland throws a high looper to Bomar. Taylor back into the 3-2 zone, with Deckard shadowing Bomar on the perimeter left. Westmoreland holding it over her head to the near side corner inside the arc to Donshay Hill. She'll pull from 18 feet, and she remains perfect. Donshay Hill with 7 first-quarter points. She has 7 of the 9 for CCU, and Taylor's lead down to 8. Faking and driving is Huffman. Left corner three on the way from Lauren James is perfect. Fourth first quarter three by the Trojans. And Taylor back in front by double figures, up 20-9 with 2:40 to go in quarter one. Stratman waits at the scores to be able to come in for the Trojans. Bomar dribbling, trying to go backdoor to Hill. It's read and tapped away by B. Books. And now B. Books will go out and run up the floor near sideline to Deckard. Back to the perimeter, and Books clapping for his Huffman. Gets it, she'll pull the trigger from three and hit that one in front of the Cincinnati Christian bench. And that'll force a CCU timeout as Taylor up big here in quarter one, 23-9 with 2:20 to go here in our opening quarter. It will be a 30-second timeout. We will be right back.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with two campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at TaylorCampusStore.com.
So out of the Cincinnati Christian 30-second stoppage, they have the ball trailing by a game-high 23-9 margin. That's 14 points. 2:12, almost knocked away there by James as Kiara Nieto and Haley Stratman have both come in here for the Trojans. As B. Books and Bradbury get a breather. One other newcomer in, it's Ariana Harper for Cincinnati Christian, driving in Westmoreland. She'll wrap that one around as she snaked her body around Stratman for a right-hand flip. First field goal for Autumn Westmoreland. It's back to a 12-point Taylor lead, 23-11 on a nice play there by Westmoreland. Here's Deckard all night to shoot from three, and that one didn't even hit the rim as it went through. Deckard with that pretty right-handed release cans her first shot. There's your sixth first quarter three for the Trojans, and they're up 26-11. Into the paint. Bransford traveled as she tried to deal it out to Don Shea Hill. Seventh turnover of the opening quarter here for the visitors out of Cincinnati. Taylor with 6 threes. All of their field goals here in this first quarter have been outside the arc. They also are a perfect 8 for 8 from the free throw line here in quarter one. Huffman has got a three off to James, who also has a three as well. Here's Huffman right down the lane to the 10-foot range, and Nieto right wing. That one just hits hard off the rim and bounces off. And Westmoreland has the rebound for Cincinnati Christian. She floats it up high to Don Shea Hill, long two with her toes on the arc. There's her first misses. That one careened off the back of the rim. Westmoreland got the rebound, and then rattling a short jumper from the right wing is Brianna Bransford for her first scoring. 26-13, the Taylor lead now with less than 50 seconds to go in our first quarter. Deckard, two-hand flip out to Stratman. Near sideline Huffman, right-hand dribble, got her in. She'll skip it all the way to the far side of Deckard, who traveled as she tried to go around Don Shea Hill. Second turnover by Taylor here in the first quarter. The Trojans shooting 55% from three-point range. They're just 40% from two-point distance. They are 0 for 4 inside the arc here tonight. CCU just is a great 5 of 8 from the field. The problem is they have taken 7 less shots than the Trojans. And they've yet to get to the line tonight. Taylor's outscored them 8-0 from the line here this evening. About 7 seconds between game and shot clock as Taylor goes back into the 3-2 zone. Pulaski, who checked in, her pass, she got it over to Harper. It was then stolen by Stratman. Shot clock off with 20 seconds left. James will give it off into the center jump circle to Sydney Huffman. Taylor can hold for the final shot. They lead by 13. One off of their game-high lead so far. Huffman just dribbling time away, being hounded by Schmitz near the timeline. With 5, here's James trying to create. Right-hand dribble with 3. With 2, driving, scooping. She'll miss the shot, but was fouled on the floor. And she'll go to the line for 2 with Taylor already in the bonus with a second and a half to go here in our opening quarter.
Eagle foul on number 3, Taylor Pulaski, her first personal foul. The line for your Trojans, number 10, Lauren James.
Taylor has played 10 players here in this opening quarter. And James to the line for her first try. As she remains perfect on the season, she's now 9 for 9 from the free throw line. Camila Bomar back in for Cincinnati Christian. She replaces Ariana Harper. This is the 10th free throw of the first quarter for Taylor, and they've made all 10 as James sinks both. She's got 5. Up the floor to the corner. Off-balance try from 2 by Bomar will glance off the near side rim, and that's how our first quarter will come to a close. Taylor up 28-13 here after 1 quarter of play here inside Odell Arena on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student-athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
Start of the second quarter, Taylor leads 28-13. They shot 6 of 15 from the floor in that first quarter, 6 of 11 from distance. CCU was 6 of 11 from the field. The Eagles start with the ball first here in the second quarter. They go attacking the basket to our left. Starters back in for the Trojans. That's the Books twins as Bransford travels in the right side corner. It's the Books twins, Lacey Garrett, Aubrey Wright, and Kendall Bradbury. Taylor Pulaski starts this second quarter here for CCU. She's out there with Schmitz, Hill, Bomar, and a foul call to the backcourt. Bransford, the other one out there. That's the second one on their leading scorer, Don Shea Hill. And Westmoreland comes back in for CCU. Bradbury steps across the timeline, right-hand dribble. First possession of the second quarter for the Trojans. They are up by a bunch, up 28-13. B-Books, left side, and whips one up high to twin sister Abby. Right corner, down low to Bradbury. Too far for her as she was battling down low on the right block. Just the third turnover tonight by the Trojans as the two teams turn it over on their opening possessions. Taylor in the 3-2 zone as CCU attacks the basket to our left. Pulaski fires from 3. That one hits off the glass left side and right down to her teammate Autumn Westmoreland, who puts it in for her second field goal. She's got 4. Bomar in the backcourt hustling Garrett and now turns on the accelerator and blows right by CCU defenders. Books drives in with the floater off the glass. There's Abby Books with her first field goal, and the two teams, after trading turnovers to start our opening quarter, our second quarter I should say, they now trade baskets, and an over and back violation here against Cincinnati Christian will give the ball back to the Trojans. 30-15 are the Taylor lead. A minute and 2 seconds into quarter number 2. Against the Books twins, Bradbury, Garrett, and Wright. Garrett picks up a dribble, left side circle, pivoting and finds the outlet in Aubrey Wright, far sideline. Picks it up, off to Garrett, well outside the arc. Garrett puts that shoulder down, picks it up, whips one in the air to Books, drives around the defender, got to the block, right-hand floater is good for 2 more. 4 straight for Abby Books. She's got 6, and Taylor up 32-15 here early on in quarter number 2. Pressure, trying to trap on the Trojans. This one in the air, intercepted by Becca Books. And now she'll try to go end-to-end. Right-hand layup hanging in the air, and she'll glass it in as Schmitz went darting underneath. So that's 6 straight points from members of the Books family, 4 from Abby, and now 2 for Becca. And Taylor up 34-15. Their largest lead of the night is 19. Across the timeline, Schmitz will drive in 2-on-1 to the weak side. Nice little hesitation by Bransford, who floats it in with a right hand. 17-point lead for Taylor. Here's Abby Books. She wants her first three of the night, and there it is right in front of the Cincinnati Christian bench from perimeter left. 7 points in the quarter for Abby Books. A full timeout here for Cincinnati Christian with 7:51 to go in quarter two. It's Taylor 37 and CCU 17 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits.
Taylor a perfect 4 for 4 shooting here in this second quarter so far. They've opened up a game-high 20-point lead at 37-17. Taylor a perfect 3-0 here on home in the home floor this season. As Suarez in for the first time in the second half, trying to spin away from Garrett. Picking up his Westmoreland. Here comes a trap, and Books almost poked it away as Suarez snatched it away. A one-hand whip to the corner. Bransford measuring a three. Nope, off the back rim. Westmoreland goes in, and she powers her way up for a nice, impressive rebound, and she was fouled on the putback, it looked like. Nope, they'll call it a foul on the floor. Foul is on Kendall Bradbury. Her first and the first one against Taylor here in quarter number 2. 7:35 remaining before halftime. Taylor up by a game-high 20 points. Cincinnati Christian with the ball, attacking the basket to our left. They are in gray. Garrett tapped the entry pass. It was intercepted by Aubrey Wright. And now she's off to the races on the left sideline. She angles in, and she'll be called for... the shot clock did not reset. I thought they might have gotten Aubrey for a carry as she was trying to angle away to her left from the defender in front of her. The shot clock currently reads 14. And now they'll put it back to 26. So Becca Books will deal it in from the far sideline between the scorers table and the CCU bench across from us. Taylor shooting on the goal to our right. They lead by a game-high 20, 37-17. They have yet to miss a shot here in the second quarter. Abby Books, perimeter left. Up top to Garrett, dribbling with that right hand. Now back to her left. Picks it up. She's being hounded tightly by the defender. That is Ariana Harper. But she gets the pass off to right. Crossover to the paint. Left corner, Abby Books driving baseline left. She'll go in. That's an armbar foul called against Westmoreland of Cincinnati Christian. Second against Cincinnati Christian here in the quarter. Second one against Westmoreland, as you heard. And Haley Hutchins back in for Cincinnati Christian. Aubrey Wright will get it in baseline left. Up top, Becca Books all day to shoot. She hit it, but the foul was called on an off-ball screen against Kendall Bradbury. And Kendall asked for an explanation. And now our two officials will talk here. Kayla Kirtley ready to come in. I think they're trying to figure out if this basket should count or not. Nope, they'll wave the basket off. So the foul still on Kendall Bradbury. And Kirtley, the freshman from Noblesville, Indiana, will replace Kendall Bradbury. Still a 20-point Taylor lead. Almost 3 minutes in here to quarter number 2. Travel in the backcourt, there by Ariana Harper. And the ball will go back to Taylor. 13th first half turnover here by Cincinnati Christian. Taylor has scored just 2 points off of those CCU miscues here so far. Aubrey Wright will get it in. Bouncing into the left corner and Kirtley, and then off to Garrett, and then up top the pass goes to Abby Books. One dribble right. This is Aubrey. Up top between the circles, Garrett quickly off into the corner to Kayla Kirtley. A double team comes. She can't get a three. Here comes Books driving over to Becca. Then around the arc it goes to Aubrey Wright. Aubrey drives, right-hand layup will be good off the glass. 7 points for Aubrey Wright, 3 more than her season average. Bransford got across the timeline, quick passing into the corner, open left corner three, Schmitz off the back iron, tapped in the hands of Hutchins, one dribble to get some space, right-hand hook no good, tapped away by Becca Books, and she'll haul it in, and make that Abby Books who hauls it in for TU. Garrett accelerating, Taylor up by 22, B Books also make it 25, and that one just spun off the rim. Suarez dribbles as she waits for reinforcements, and then will slow things down as she goes into the half-court set. Cincinnati Christian from right to left in gray. They trail by a game-high 22 points, 4 minutes into quarter number 2. Schmitz far sideline. Garrett shadowing her in the 3-2 zone. Schmitz picks up the bounce. Around the arc it goes to the near corner. Suarez, a left corner three. That one long, and the weak side rebound is Lacey Garrett's. 1 of 7 is Cincinnati Christian tonight from 3. Right to the left block. Curley turns up. Her shot was blocked. And a tie-up on the block. It'll stay here with Taylor on the possession arrow. Vega checks back in for CCU. So the 6'6 freshman replaces the 6'4 freshman. 22 to shoot for Taylor. Curtly gets it in left sideline. They try to work it into Garrett. Goes off of Lacey's hands. Poked away by Schmitz, and it goes back to Cincinnati Christian. Taylor still perfect from the floor here in the second half. Make them assuming they're 5 of 6. Trap comes, and the ball just gets out of the hands of Cincinnati Christian into Suarez. Trying to get it down to Vega. Ball tapped away, stolen by Kirtley as she fell to the floor. Here comes Becca Books, and will draw the reach in on Ariana Harper. First on Harper, third one against CCU here in the second quarter. 5:25 to go before halftime. Taylor up 39-17 as they look to improve to 6-1 here on the young season. They're back here tomorrow at 3 o'clock against IU East. And then conference play starts on Tuesday with Bethel making a trip here to Upland on Tuesday evening. Man-to-man defense. Garrett shaking her way through into the air, bouncing to the left corner, and Kirtley. She'll wrap it around to Abby Books, near sideline to Becca. Contested three, and that one's good from the right sideline. First three for Becca Books. She's got 5 in the quarter. And 7 for the game, and Taylor up 42-17. Pass thrown into the air, tapped away. B-Books trying to get it back in. Bransford rips it away. Left sideline, 3, rattles halfway in and out. Missed by Schmitz. And then Vega had it, and then B-Books jumped on top of her trying to knock the ball away. First on B-Books, third one against Taylor in the quarter. And fresh players come in for the Trojans. Everyone except Kirtley leaves. James, Deckard, Stratman, and Huffman in for the Trojans. So 2 juniors, 2 freshmen, and then the sophomore James. Huffman and Stratman, your juniors. Deckard and Kirtley, the freshmen. A little confusion on the defensive end for Taylor. Vega trying to spins away. Left-hand hook around Kirtley, too strong. She'll rip the ball away from behind Stratman. Her shot is up, and it's no good. First on Kayla Kirtley. Fourth one against Taylor here in our second quarter. And Sam Vega to the line where she's 2 of 2 this season. Just 2 points, make it 4 points for Cincinnati Christian here in this quarter. And the first one from Vega, too strong off the back rim. Vega readies for the second. Fires away and switches it. First point, for Sam Vega tonight. And the Taylor lead at 42-18, 4:35 and counting here in the second half. Huffman whirls away from trouble. Man-to-man defense here for Cincinnati Christian. Decker tried to find the cutting James. It went off of her fingertips, and it's stolen by Schmitz of Cincinnati Christian. She hustles to the right side of the floor as CCU goes from right to left. Thinking about it through with Suarez. Left block to Vega, trying to go around Kirtley. Throws up a prayer that hits off the glass. Vega crashes in hard and muscles her way through Kirtley and Stratman to get another rebound and a putback. 3 in a row for Vega on her first field goal. And the Taylor lead down to 22 at 42-20 with 4:04 to go before halftime. James drives to the corner. Kirtley a 3 over Vega just off the front rim. As Kayla tried to get her first three of the night. Out and running is Cincinnati Christian. Angling from trouble is Schmitz. Taylor in the 3-2 zone with Meredith Decker, the point woman. High right side Suarez. Off-ball foul called against Vega for a hold against Kirtley. First on Vega, fourth one against the visitors. And here comes Kiara Nieto in for the Trojans. 11 players have played in this quarter for TU. They had 10 play in the first quarter. 3:44 to go before halftime. Taylor up 42-20. They're shooting 52% from the floor, and they're 8 of 15 from downtown. Huffman at the top of the key to the near sideline, and Deckard back up top to Huffman. She's got an angle to the far sideline. Stratman measures a three, and she'll bang that one in front of the CCU bench. 9th three of the first half for Taylor, the program record 19 that they set in the season opener against Asbury. As Stratman gets her first scoring, and Taylor up by 25, 45-20. Vega had it go between her hands, out of bounds. Last touch by Nieto or James. Lauren was the one. James was the one fronting the post. .14 to shoot for Cincinnati Christian. Johnson will get it in baseline right. Long two from the right side is good as the right toe of Courtney Schmitz was on the arc. Her first points, and here comes Huffman accelerating all the way to the other end. 15 feet out to Nieto, then outside the arc. Huffman jogs back up between the circles and calls out the play with her left hand. Her pass too high for James, and that one sails out of bounds into the Cincinnati Christian bench. 7th turnover by Taylor of the first half. CCU with 15. 2:53 to go in the second half. And you can hear head coach Jody Martinez offering encouragement and instruction on the bench across from us. Up top is Suarez down the right side of the lane. Pass in traffic, hauled in by Bransford. Long two from Hutchins, hits hard off the front rim, and it's hauled in with two hands by Sydney Huffman on the right side. Or the weak side, I should say. Sydney steps across the timeline. Near sideline, Deckard. Thought about pulling the trigger, then puts the ball on the deck. Meredith jogs to the top, guarded by Bransford, who looks at the shot clock behind her. Deckard around a Nieto screen. She pulls the trigger and hits another three. Second three for Meredith Deckard. She's got 6 points. And Taylor up 48-22 with 2:15 to go in the second half. Long pass to the corner, hauling it in is Harper. Back up top to the woman who threw it to her in Suarez. Down low to Hutchins, too far. James almost got it away. Stepping in from 15 feet, that's an air ball, and it's missed by Harper, rebounded by Deckard. Taylor with 10 first half threes. They're 10 of 17 from three-point range for a blistering 59%. A minute 50 to go before halftime. James up top. She had 5 first quarter points. Deckard fakes a three, puts it on the floor. Back outside. Nieto measuring a three. That one just straight on, but it hits off the back of the rim. And then Kiara will be called for a reach-in foul. First three-point attempt by Kiara Nieto on the season. And Taylor with just 4 two-point field goals here in this first half. 10 threes and 4 inside the arc. 5th one against Taylor in the quarter. First one on Nieto. And 2 free throws upcoming for Haley Hutchins, who is 0 of 1 this season. First one, straight line and off the back of the rim, too strong. And now players 12 and 13 on the Trojan roster who have not played tonight will come in. That's Mariah Plunkett and Madison Fisher. They replace James and Deckard. So everyone active tonight for the Trojans has played. Jamie Netsley out with an injury. So all 13 players have played in the second quarter for TU. All 13 active, I should say. Hutchins, second one, and this one gets in over the front rim. 3 points for Haley Hutchins. That's her first point of the second quarter. And Taylor's lead down to 25 at 48-23. Taylor shooting at 54% from the field. Plunkett drives, left-hand bounce, far sideline Stratman. Jabbing and dribbling. Nieto left side circle to the near side of the floor, and Huffman. Taylor shooting on the goal to our left. Huffman stops at the free throw line, back to the elbow extended. Nieto, free throw line jump shot, spins off the rim. In traffic, it's fought for and ripped away by Bransford of CCU. Near sideline to Suarez as she'll slow it down and walk into the front court. The 5'11" Madison Fisher outstretches those arms as she's the point woman on the 3-2 zone for Taylor. To the near corner, Suarez, make that Pulaski. Here's Suarez down the lane, through traffic, over to Hutchins from the right block. Soft shot too strong off the back iron, and it's rebounded by Taylor's Kiara Nieto. Huffman accelerating with only the backs of defenders looking back at her. Fisher drives, left side circle three. Nieto fakes, almost put Hutchins on the floor. Plunkett a contested three off the front rim. Long rebound. Huffman will snatch it away from Suarez. Huffman attacking again, left hand to the corner, and Nieto in traffic. Fisher cuts off the pass at the top of the key for Taylor. A handoff to Huffman. She'll just blow right in, down to the weak side, and Nieto, who threw it in too high off the glass. The rebound tapped into the hands of Madison Fisher. Taylor resets. Long three, Huffman, short. As the shot clock turned off with 17 seconds. Taylor up 48-23. And Suarez will stop, and she will hold for the final shot for Cincinnati Christian. The Eagles shooting just 38% from the field here in this first half. Suarez, a contested jump shot. Back rim, dances off, rebounded by Plunkett with one. Huffman driving, and the whistle blows. I think Sydney had a double dribble with just a few tenths of a second left on the first half clock. There's two guys down below us signaling to their buddy who is the mop man tonight to our left, and he needs to go out and mop up some sweat. So that will end the first half, an exploding first half offensively for Taylor. They shoot 50% from three, 10 of 20, and they shoot 47% from the field to lead 48-23 here after one half of play. Stay tuned. Coming up next is tonight's halftime performance by the TU Palms team.
Now, fans, please turn your attention to the court for a performance from the TU Palms dance team.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on Scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel. Boy, do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland, full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Play that old song! You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke memory. You gotta have the music that you listeners listen to.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Back here inside Odell Arena, this is the BSN Sports Halftime Report, and at the break, it is all Taylor. The 19th ranked team in the land leads Cincinnati Christian by a 48-23 margin. Taylor, for most of that second quarter, had their shooting percentage for the game over 50%. They finished 14 of 30 in the first half for 47%. They were 10 of 20 from three-point range. Out of their 14 field goals in that first half that they made, Taylor had 10 from beyond the arc. The Trojans also won a perfect 10 of 10 from the free throw line in half number 1. Cincinnati Christian struggled to shoot the ball. They shot 37% from the field, just 1 of 8 from 3. And they went to the line 4 times and made 2 of them. Nobody in double figures in that first half for either team. All 13 players for Taylor played in that first half, with all 13 seeing time in the second quarter. Leading the way for the Trojans and in the game is Abby Books. She has 9. Kendall Bradbury with 8. Becca Books with 7. Aubrey Wright with 7 as well. Meredith Deckard with 6 off the bench, 5 off the bench for Lauren James, and 3-point baskets each, 1 from Haley Stratman and 1 from Sydney Huffman for their only scoring of the night. Lacey Garrett, Mariah Plunkett, Madison Fisher, Kayla Kirtley, and Kiara Nieto all played in the first half, but did not score for Taylor. Their leading rebounder, Lacey Garrett, all 5 feet 7 inches of her, 3 rebounds for Lacey, also tied for team high honors with 3 assists, with Huffman, who also has 3. For Cincinnati Christian, they're led by their leading scorer, Donshay Hill, who came in averaging just over 11 points per game. She has 7 points, but played just 8 minutes in that first half after picking up 2 quick personal fouls. She was 3 of 4 from the floor and 1 for 1 from three-point range. Brianna Bransford had 4 points. Autumn Westmoreland 4 points off the bench for CCU. Sam Vega and Haley Hutchins each had 3 points in the first half in a reserve role for Cincinnati Christian. And Courtney Schmitz had 2 points for CCU. Camila Bomar, Gabby Suarez, and Taylor Pulaski and Ariana Harper all played but did not score in the first half for CCU. The Eagles committed 15 turnovers in that first half. Taylor turned those turnovers into just 4 points. The Trojans turned it over 7 times. CCU scored no points off of any Taylor miscues. Taylor had 7 steals in the first half. They assisted on 10 of their 14 baskets in that opening half. Points in the paint went to CCU 10-6. Bench scoring, Taylor 17, CCU 10. And second chance points, 2 for Cincinnati Christian, none for Taylor. This has been the BSN Sports Halftime Report here on the Trojan Sports Network. When we come back, we'll have the second half here from Odell Arena. At the break, it's number 19, Taylor 48, and Cincinnati Christian 23 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
The starters back on the floor for both teams to start this third quarter. Bomar, Hill, Schmitz, Suarez, and Bransford to start for Cincinnati Christian. Wright, Garrett, Bradbury, Books, and Books for TU. CCU starts with the ball first. A quick pass into the paint to the cutting Bomar. Out to the wing. A jump shot is off the mark and rebounded by Wright, then taken out of her hands by Cincinnati Christian's Courtney Schmitz. The shot was missed by Bransford of CCU. And here's Suarez from the right elbow. To the catch and shoot Bomar. That one hits the glass and nothing else, But another offensive rebound to Hill. Her soft jump shot will just dance off of the rim. And here comes Taylor with their first possession, going from right to left and white. CCU defends in man-to-man. They're in dark gray. Step back three, right side circle. Perfect. Kendall Bradbury. Had 8 in the first quarter. No points in quarter number 2. She's got 11, and Taylor up 51-23 to start this third quarter off. Suarez at the far sideline and Bomar, defended by Wright in the 3-2 zone as she shades her. Wright jumps into the air, smacks the ball out of the sky to the far sideline, stops and finds the trailing Kendall Bradbury in the backcourt. She'll two-hand heave it up. Garrett, 2 defenders behind her, lost it, dives on the floor. Garrett, those knee pads help her out on the floor, still trying to find help. And a timeout called by the Taylor bench to save Garrett, who is being pestered by defenders down below us. A 30-second timeout. We'll pause momentarily.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Taylor with a 30 and 2 full timeouts left. 51-23 the Taylor lead. They have the ball attacking the basket to our left. Garrett between the circles, left-hand drill, trying to get away from Bomar. She'll drive in. Bomar fell on the floor. Garrett finds B. Books in the corner for a 3, and she'll can another one. Second 3 for Becca Books on the night. She's 2 of 4 from distance. She's another Trojan in double figures with 10. And Taylor has their largest lead of the night. They are up 31 points, 90 seconds in to our third quarter. Suarez on the left side of the lane, over 2 defenders, missed, and Becca Books will pull the rebound down in traffic for Taylor. Here comes Garrett accelerating to the middle. Left-hand bounce will flip it out to the trailing B. Books. Up top to Abby Books. She'll fake a 3 and go down the right side of the lane. Her pass in traffic easily intercepted by Bransford, who fell on the floor and then snatches the ball away from a pestering Kendall Bradbury. Bomar across the timeline. White jerseys convert all night to shoot for Donshea Hill. Her glass attempt will be missed, and it's ripped out of there by Courtney Schmitz of CCU. Schmitz off to Suarez. Taylor slides back into the 3-2 zone. Mid-post right, Bransford driving in, and a reach-in foul called against Lacey Garrett as she came down to double team. Second on Garrett, first against Taylor here in the third quarter. 7:44 to go in quarter number 3. Taylor up with a game-high 31-point advantage at 54-23. Hill floats it in up top to Bransford. Bradbury marking her. Down the lane goes Suarez around a screen. Left-hand scoop will circle off the rim, and it's hauled down by Aubrey Wright. A protective sleeve on that right elbow that she bounces. She'll just go end-to-end for an easy right-hand layup. Wright saw the lane open up like the Red Sea in the Bible and goes in with an easy right-hand layup. 56-25 the Taylor lead as Wright goes end-to-end. She defends Bomar in the left corner, bouncing to Hill. Wright came to help. Now Bomar trying to go one-on-one. Takes Bradbury right to the rack and floats it in with a right hand. First scoring for Donshea Hill since the opening quarter. She has a team-high 9 for Cincinnati Christian, and then Bomar gets whistled for the foul for colliding with Lacey Garrett. First on Bomar, first against CCU. 56-27, the Taylor lead. Almost 3 minutes into quarter number 3. Elisa Williams in for the first time for Cincinnati Christian. She is a 5'7" freshman from Springfield, Ohio. And Autumn Westmoreland back in for the first time here in the second half. Far sideline, Aubrey Wright. Hill marks her in the man-to-man. Hill fakes to her right, one dribble. Wright fakes to her left. It goes to Books, who drives mid-post right. Bounce pass all the way through to Abby in the corner. Her three is too strong off the back iron. Tapped to the floor, ripped away by Aubrey Wright. She'll attack. Pass deflected. Bradbury gets it in the near side corner. One-hand bounce. B-Books calling for it. Garrett gets it to her. And then sliding out to defend is Williams. Baseline right into the corner. Abby Books to Kendall Bradbury, whose three is just a hair long. And Hill has it. And then Becca Books came in to try to tie her up, and she gets called for the reach-in. Just the second miss from three-point range by Kendall Bradbury tonight. She is 3 of 5 from downtown. A 56-27 Taylor advantage with 6:27 remaining in the third. Time is stopped momentarily. As we are trying to get the proper time on the clocks here inside Odell Arena. Nice win by the Taylor men's basketball team last night, defeating Wrightsdale Lake here on the home floor. Gabby Suarez, left elbow to Bransford. Williams called for the travel. One of the stars last night for the men's basketball team, Luke Huffer, played really well. Had a couple nice moves. 5 points. Luke sits to our left. 5 points, right, Luke? Did you hit a three? Attaboy. He did hit a three. Good for him. 6:12 to go in the third quarter. Taylor up 56-25 as he and CJ Pena. Pena sit to our left. Bradbury, a little flip shot. Right hand was halfway in and then just rattles on out. Donshea Hill with another rebound for CCU. That is her third. Up the floor, Suarez hits the brakes inside the arc. Abby Books cuts her off. Hill in the corner, fakes a three, and then back outside to Suarez, perimeter right. She got to the free throw on her pass just over the fingertips of Aubrey Wright. Williams' three is long, and the weak side rebound is Lacey Garrett's of Taylor. 56-25, the Taylor lead, matching their game-high 31-point lead. B. Books bombs away from three and hits. 13-3 by the Trojans here in this contest tonight. That's B. Books' third triple. She's got 6 in the quarter and has a game-high 13 points, and Taylor up 59-25. Elisa Williams in the right corner, around the arc. To the block it goes Westmoreland, and she traveled with Bradbury defending in the post. 18th turnover tonight by Cincinnati Christian. Taylor has just 8. Returning is Courtney Schmitz for Cincinnati Christian. Actually make that Camila Bomar, excuse me. Bomar replaces Elisa Williams. And one late sub will not make it to the scorer's table in time for Cincinnati Christian. Across the center jump circle is Lacey Garrett. Man-to-man defense for CCU. 5:09 to go, quarter 3. Into the corner and B. Books. She'll fling it up top to Abby Books. Almost knocked away by Hill. It's intercepted, and it'll be a 2-on-none break. Bomar goes in for a right-handed uncontested layup. First points for Camila Bomar tonight. And Taylor's lead down to 59-27. 4:48 to go in quarter 3. Becca Books up top. The ball slips out of her hands. She'll knife her way in, can't get it. And they call Books for the foul as Donshea Hill had the inside position on B. Books. Second one on Becca. Second one against Taylor here in the quarter. As Courtney Schmitz comes back in for Cincinnati Christian. And Ariana Harper back in for CCU as well. So it's Westmoreland, Bomar, Harper, Schmitz, and Donshea Hill. The Trojans still have their 5 starters on the floor. The Books twins, Abby and Becca, Aubrey Wright, Lacey Garrett, and Kendall Bradbury. The Trojans in the 3-2 defense. They've been in this defense predominantly for the entire ballgame. Turnaround jump shot nullified by a travel by the hopping Courtney Schmitz on the baseline right. Turnover number 19 against Cincinnati Christian tonight. Taylor has outscored the Eagles 11-4 here in this third quarter. 59-27, the lead in the game. 4:23 to go here in our third stanza. High right side, Aubrey Wright flipping outside, catch and shoot three on the way from Kendall Bradbury. It's missed, but the weak side rebound is Abby Books's. A Books pivoting now to B Books in the left corner to the down low to Bradbury, who got behind the defense for an easy right-hand finish. 5 for Kendall. She matches B Books with a game-high 13, and Taylor up 61-27 here in our third stanza. Harper floating it all the way to the near side of the floor. Inside the arc is Bomar. As she brought the ball up, they get Lacey Garrett for a reach-in. Had her hands in the air, but was leaning over just a tad. That's the third one on the Taylor point guard, and the fourth one against TU here in our third quarter. Brianna Bransford checks in for the Eagles. Hill will be the one to get it in. All 4 of her teammates stand shoulder to shoulder on the free throw line. They get it into Bransford, catch and shoot. 18-foot jump shot from the right wing is good. Third field goal for Brianna Bransford. Her first scoring of the second half gives her 6 points for the game. And it's a 61-29 Taylor advantage. Garrett lost it, got it back. Near side arc, this is B Books. Now to the far side of the floor, and Aubrey Wright. Left-hand dribble, stops, step through move, off the back of the rim and in for 2 more. And Wright in double figures. Third Trojan with that honor tonight. Aubrey with 11, and Taylor up 63-29. 3:18 to go in the third. Taylor trying to pick up their 6th win of the year, and the Trojans will go a whole line change here. Long 2 from straightaway good from Camila Bomar from 19 feet. A fresh 5 waiting at the scores table for the Trojans. Bradbury from way outside. That one will miss off the back of the rim. An easy rebound for Don Shea Hill. Kendall 3 of 6 from downtown tonight. She came in shooting just 30% from long range. Bradsford inside the left side arc. Hill all night to shoot. She'll measure it and miss it short. Another rebound in traffic there for Lacey Garrett. Near side of the floor, this is Abby Books looking Bradbury's way. She'll bounce it to her. Bradbury spins right away from Bransford and lays it in for 2 more. 7 in the quarter for Kendall Bradbury. She's got a game-high 15, and Taylor up 65-31. 2:30 to go here in quarter 3. With Huffman, Stratman, James, Deckard, and Nieto all waiting at the scores table. Tie up, and Abby Books will give the ball back to the Trojans. So the 5 starters out, 5 reserves in, much like the Trojans saw when they played Olivet Nazarene last Saturday. Harper out for CCU. Suarez back in. So this looks to be another opportunity for the Trojans, where they will have all 5 of their starters not play a single minute potentially in the fourth quarter. They lead by 34 right now with 2:20 to go in quarter 3. Taylor running the weave up top with 18 to shoot. Huffman hands off and now gives off to Lauren James. Lauren with 5 points, driving down the left side lane. She'll shimmy her way and then scoop it home with the left hand. First scoring of the second half for Lauren James. She has 7, and Taylor leads by 36. Taylor has outscored CCU 19-8 here in this third quarter, and a timeout taken here by Cincinnati Christian. Or no, a substitution timeout. It looks like Brianna Bransford has lost a contact lens. As a contact wearer, that is, she's carrying her right hand. Or no, it's a cut on her finger, I apologize. That normally looks like the way you would run if you've dropped your contact, which is a terrible thing, by the way, as a contact wearer myself. So Bransford gets her right index finger taped up as Hutchins comes in to replace her. 1:52 to go in quarter 3. Taylor up big, 67-31. Suarez in the corner, fakes a 3, deals off. Open 3 for Bomar. Nope, off the back rim too strong, but there's Hutchins down low to muscle her way for another rebound. Out to Suarez, high left side. Schmidt's calling for it, but won't get it in the near side corner. They go to the mid-post left, and Hutchins, one dribble, up and over Stratman, who altered it. It goes out of bounds, and it will remain here with Cincinnati Christian. Coming back in is Autumn Westmoreland for Cincinnati Christian to replace Don Shea Hill. .20 to shoot, 92 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Schmidt's up top, right-hand dribble. James cuts her off. Nice little move from Bomar, pulls up from 8 feet. That one short off the near side rim, and there's another rebound for Taylor's Sydney Huffman. To the far sideline, and James, she'll find the trailing Stratman. Almost traveled with it, but got the ball down before she walked. Nieto kicks out to Deckard, right side 3. That gets Deckard open for a 3 ball, and that one's clean again. Meredith Deckard, 3 of 3 from long range. That's where all of her points have come from. And Taylor up 70-31 with 69 seconds remaining in the third quarter. CCU takes a 30-second timeout, and we'll take it with them here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Taylor has outscored Cincinnati Christian 22-8 here in this third quarter, and they lead 70-31 with 60 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. Around the screen goes Bomar to her left. She'll fire and hit a three from the perimeter right. First three for Camila Bomar tonight. All 7 of her points have come here in this third quarter. And the Taylor lead down to 70-34. Huffman drives, attacks. Nice little dish down to Kiara Nieto, who lays it in with the right hand from the left side of the glass. (72-34), the Taylor advantage. They should get the ball back, about 9 seconds between game and shot clock, and Bomar rainbows a three in from the right corner. She scored the last 6, all from three-point distance, and all 10 of her points have come here in our third frame. A 72-37 Taylor lead. Shot clock turned off as Huffman walks to the front court over the Trojan logo at center court. She'll be bumped near the timeline by Bomar. That's Bomar's second, and just the second one against Cincinnati Christian here in our third quarter. Sam Vega getting looked at by the athletic training staff of Taylor. We've not seen her yet in this third quarter. Donshay Hill back in for CCU. 11 to shoot for the Trojans. Huffman will get it in and quickly deal off to James, high right side. Back to Huffman with 6. James on a flare screen right sideline with 4. Driving into the paint to Stratman, who goes up and is fouled with just over 2 seconds remaining in our third frame. Nice little pass there from James to Stratman. First on Haley Hutchins, and Stratman goes to the line for 2. Haley 1 for 2 from the line this season. She has 3 points in the game, and it'll just spin off the rim on the first try. That's the first miss for Taylor from the free throw line tonight, and it's also their first try here of the third quarter. The second one rattles in, and that one just rolls off by Haley Stratman. And the clock expires, and for 3 quarters, it's all Taylor. They outscore CCU 24-14 in that third frame, and they lead 72-37 heading to the fourth quarter here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student-athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student-athletes.
Fourth quarter about to begin. Taylor up 72-37. CCU with the ball. They go from left to right. No starters on the floor for Taylor. James, Deckard, Nieto, Stratman, and Huffman, the 5 out there for the Taylor Trojans. Free throw line, newcomer is Aaron Hawkins. Down low, nice shot there from Westmoreland. She snaked her way around Nieto. Missed the shot, but Kiara will be called for the foul. So it's Aaron Hawkins out there for CCU. Donshea Hill, Autumn Westmoreland, Gabby Suarez, and Camila Bomar, who scored all 10 of her points in that third quarter, and she's the only double-figure scorer right now for Cincinnati Christian. First free throw good by Westmoreland. Taylor shot 10 of 15 in that third quarter to outscore CCU by 10, 24-14. Both free throws good to start this fourth quarter off. Westmoreland with 6. Huffman moves a strand of her hair away from her face with her left hand as she walks across the center jump circle. Far sideline, Stratman, CCU in the man-to-man defense, Nieto high post. Top of the key, down the left side of the lane, Huffman. She shuffled her feet as she tried to get the jump stop and tried to work it to James in the corner, and then her pass got cut off, and that's when she traveled. Turnover number 11 by Taylor here tonight. That's 20 and 20 for CCU. Suarez fumbles within the backcourt, no pressure there. She gently takes it across the timeline. Suarez looking to the free throw line, will float it in there, snagged with one hand by Hawkins to the corner and Bomar. Tight defense on Westmoreland, goes in, throws one high off the glass, that's missed, but back to the free throw line, or Aaron Hawkins will go back to the free throw line, I should say, or go to the free throw line, is what I really meant. Aaron Hawkins is shooting free throws, is what we're trying to get to here. Foul on Huffman, second one against Taylor in the quarter. Hawkins now a perfect 5 of 5 from the line this season. She hits the first one. Taylor with 14 made three-point baskets. The program record is 19 that they hit in the first game of the year against Asbury. Second free throw good by Hawkins. A 4-0 start here for CCU on 4 free throws. And Taylor leads 72-41. Stratman far sideline, threading the needle through to Huffman. Tried to work it over to James. Pass tipped and intercepted by Donshea Hill. Over to Bomar. Traveled with it, and there's the whistle to stop play. A sloppy start for both teams here in this fourth quarter. A minute 4 in. Taylor from right to left in white. CCU defends in dark gray. Tomorrow, Cincinnati Christian gets Indiana Wesleyan tomorrow at 1. They won big today in our first game of the night over IU East. The Trojans get the Red Wolves of IU East at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Dribble pull-up, 18-footer off the left side of the rim by Huffman. Stratman tried to get to it and it bounced out of bounds before Haley could get her hands on it. So one more home game for Taylor tomorrow at 3, and then conference play will start on Tuesday when they take on the Pilots of Bethel College. Hawkins, free throw line, right-hand dribble. Outside the arc, it goes to Donshea Hill. Mid-post left, Westmoreland. Here comes Hawkins storming down the lane. Right-hand scoop will catch the glass in the rim for another 2. 4 for Aaron Hawkins. Taylor up the floor all the way to the corner and Deckard. 72-43, the Taylor advantage. 8:10 remaining here in regulation. Stratman did not pull. Then gets it back. Now she does. Steps in 1 foot. That one hard off the backboard, or the rim, rebounded by James. Quick passing to the corner. Here's Deckard for 3, and again, it doesn't hit any part of the rim when it goes through for the freshman sharpshooter. Meredith Deckard, 4 of 4 from long range. She's got 12 points, and Taylor back in front, 75-43. So Meredith, a perfect shooting night. 12 points for the freshman, and now she gets a rebound, and now Meredith will go out for a run. Near side to James, goes again against Hill. She's hit hard, and Hill will help her up. No harm meant, and Hill's foul will put James to the line for 2. Third on Donshea Hill. So 15 threes by Taylor tonight. They're still shooting 50% from three-point range, 50 for 30. James to the line for 2. First one rainbows in. She remains perfect on the season. She's 3 for 3 tonight with 8 points. Bransford back in for CCU. She replaces Autumn Westmoreland. Second one from James. Perfect. Lauren with 9. And Taylor up 77-43, 2.5 minutes into quarter 4. Suarez between the circles. James defends her. Into the corner they find Bomar. This is a left corner three and another three for Camila Bomar. She is 3 of 3. Or she's hit 3 threes tonight. She's now 3 of 6. 13 for Camila Bomar. And the Taylor lead down to 77-46. Skip pass to James to Stratman. Pirouetting is Deckard around the arc. It goes back to the far side. Beautiful ball movement. The James three is missed, but Stratman gets the rebound and puts it back in. That ball hit every player's hand and went from one side of the floor back to the other one in a split second. 79-46, the Taylor lead. Driving and pulling up. Bomar, banker, no. Rebounded by Huffman of Taylor. Up the floor, near sideline, Deckard. One bounce pass, she'll measure a three and then pulls up. Top of the key, Huffman claps, fakes, and then Sydney travels with it between the circles. Kayla Kirtley back in for TU, replacing Kiara Nieto. All 13 players dressed tonight for the Trojans have played. And all but 4 have scored. Slowly walking it forward is Suarez. Right side arc, Hill. Suarez fires from 3. That one off target left. No one boxed out Hawkins, and she gets a rebound for CCU. And Sydney Huffman gets called in for a reach-in. Second on Sydney, third one against Taylor on the court as she brings her teammates together and offers some instruction defensively. Inbounds pass, far sideline, catch and shoot 3 long, missed by Bomar, and Kirtley will put that right hand in the air and pull in the miss. Huffman finds a trailing James. Right hand dribble back to the far sideline, and Huffman, left hand attack, goes right into the paint. Her little right hand flip is good for 2. First points since Huffman hit that 3 in the first quarter. She's got 5. And Taylor up 81-46, 4 minutes into quarter 4. Pass tipped and stolen here by Meredith Deckard of Taylor. She'll jog up the near side of the floor, maneuver to the right. Around the corner, here's Kirtley, a left corner 3 on the way. That one grazes the bottom of the net. Suarez, up, head fake, corner, Donshea Hill, wide open 3, nope, long. It'll hit the floor, bounce out of bounds as Huffman was giving chase. Bomar was right there for CCU, but her foot slipped, which was unable to haul in the miss. Stratman and James out. Mariah Plunkett and Madison Fisher come in for the Trojans here in the fourth. Taylor shooting 53% from the field. 52% from the field, 47% from 3. They've made 15 threes and 12 two-point shots tonight. Man-to-man defense for CCU. Huffman floats into the corner, near side to Plunkett. Fakes a pass, one bounce off to Huffman. 8 to shoot for TU. Deckard will drive from the top, right in, right-hand scoop. Her shot's recycled out of there by Bransford. 4 to shoot for the Trojans. With 5:11 remaining in regulation, Taylor up 81-46. Deckard will get it in, baseline right, looking for help. There's Kirtley down low. Nice pass, and then Kirtley was fouled as she missed the shot. Looks it'll be against Brianna Bransford, and it is. That's her second, and CCU's second of the quarter. And Kirtley to the line for 2. Her first trip to the free throw line tonight. She is 6 of 8 from the stripe this season. And the first one hits hard off the front rim. Taylor was 10 for 10 from the line at half. Right now they're just 2 of 5 here in the second half. Second one from Kirtley. Perfect. She's now the 10th different player to score tonight out of the 13 that have played. Everyone that is dressed has played tonight for TU. And the second freebie by the freshman has given Taylor an 82-46 advantage. Halfway home here in the fourth. 3-2 zone by TU. High left side, Pulaski. To the mid-post left. Hawkins outside, jabbing and driving is Bomar. She'll pull up from 10 and switch home a jump shot from the right wing. 15 for Bomar, all here in the second half. Decker drives, and they get Meredith for the travel. So Bomar leading the way for CCU with 15. And it's 82-48 for the 19th ranked Taylor Trojans. Almost 4.5 to go here in quarter 4. Pulaski steps into a left side high three. That one spins off the rim. Plunkett is there for the rebound for Taylor. But it passes read beautifully by Pulaski, who throws it up with the left hand, and Plunkett fouled her underneath the basket. Mariah telegraphed that pass, and it was right towards where Pulaski shot it from on the high left side. And the 5'1 freshman from Clearwater, Florida, went flying in and got a nice steal. But Pulaski will miss the first free throw. She's 3 of 8 now from the line this season. Second one made. It's 82-49 TU. First scoring for Pulaski tonight. Fisher drives from the left corner. Pass intended for Plunkett, tapped away by Pulaski. .21 to shoot, 4:19 remaining in regulation for the Taylor Trojans. Plunkett will get it in near sideline. Left side high to Huffman, driving with the right hand down the right side of the lane. She'll back it out, picks up the dribble, trying to find help. And a 3-second violation called against Kayla Kirtley of Taylor. 16th turnover by the Trojans here tonight. And for, I believe, the 4th time in all 4 home games this year, no starter has played in the 4th quarter for the Trojans. They've all been on the bench here in the 4th, with Taylor with that sizable lead after 3. Pulaski's rebound or shot no good, all the way to the corner. Deckard wants her 5th three. That one just a hair long. Kirtley got it, but she was able to brace herself away from Bransford, and Kayla will be whistled for the foul. Second one against Kayla. 5th one against Taylor here in the 4th. And that will put CCU in the bonus for the final 3:56 of regulation here tonight. Brianna Bransford to the line. First trip to the line for her tonight. On the season, shooting 57%. First one, good. She has that right index finger taped, or her right middle finger taped. She's got some protective tape around her right thumb as well on that shooting hand. Also has tape on her left hand. But she calmly knocks down both. Good shot there from Bransford, and she's got 8 points for CCU tonight. 82-51, the Taylor advantage. They go from right to left in white with 3:48 to go here in the 4th. Deckard, far sideline, Fisher. Double team comes to the baseline. Pocket pass to Curley. Steps right away and lays it in with the right hand. Nice move there from Kayla Kirtley. And Taylor up 84-51, 3.5 to go in the 4th. 3-2 zone by the Trojans. Bomar left sideline. High left side, Suarez. She'll dribble to the near side and give off to Hawkins. Back to Bomar. Contested through over Huffman. Long off the back iron. Then it's rebounded by Bransford. Knocked out of her hands by Deckard, who spins away from trouble. Deckard near sideline. Finds the open Madison Fisher for a left corner 3, and that one is swished home. So now 11 different Trojans have scored. Full timeout here by CCU. Taylor has hit 16 threes here tonight, 3 off of tying the school record. 3:04 to go in the 4th. It's all Taylor in this one. The 19th ranked team in the land leads 87-51 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
.304 remaining in regulation, all Taylor in this one. It's The elder stateswoman Sydney Huffman out there as a junior, the 3 freshmen in Deckard, Plunkett, and Kirtley, and the sophomore transfer in Fisher, the 5 for Taylor. They double team. Hawkins in the corner. Fisher gets her hand in there and gets called for the reach-in. First on Madison. Taylor already over the limit. And 2 free throws here for Aaron Hawkins of Cincinnati Christian. So far, as you mentioned, all 13 of Taylor's players have played tonight. All but 2 have scored. 1 will not have the chance to score tonight because that is starter Lacey Garrett, who has had a comfortable seat on the Taylor bench here in the 4th. Hawkins missed the first free throw. Second one off the right side. Out of bounds, Plunkett had her hands on it, but it was tapped away by Bomar, and it'll go back to Taylor. Mariah, the only one on the floor right now for Taylor that is yet to score. She's a freshman out of Walkerton, Indiana, and John Glenn High School. 2:43 to go in the 4th quarter. Taylor leading 87-51. Fisher, right corner 3 this time. That one long. Plunkett there for the weak side rebound of Taylor, and the Trojans reset. Huffman down the lane, flipping it outside. Parking lot range 3 from Deckard, and that one just spun off the iron. Meredith made her first 4. She's missed her last 2. Then a pass will be bounced too low. They'll say it was just kicked by the heel of Meredith Deckard. And he'll stay here with Cincinnati Christian. Deckard threw that foot out there. CCU thought it was going back their way. They thought it was going to go back Taylor's way. Instead, we keep it all locked in here. Pulaski walking with it. High right side, a right-hand bounce. Fisher defends her to the corner. 3 on the way from a new player. That's an air ball from the corner by Bailey Johnson. Deckard out and running up the middle of the floor. 2:08 to go in the 4th. To the corner and Kirtley. Left-hand dribble. Huffman drives and attacks. To the near side, Plunkett firing away from 3 left wing, and she switches that one home. So all 12 of the 13 Taylor players have scored tonight as Mariah Plunkett cashes in from 3-point range on the left side, and it's a 90-51 Taylor lead. Shot missed on the other end, ripped out of there by Hawkins. Another offensive board for her for Cincinnati Christian. Pulaski thought about a 3 from straight on. Now she slows it down. Far left side to Elisa Williams. Little right-hand hanger. No good by Bomar. Deckard will slap it away. And the Trojans come the other way. They've made 16 threes tonight. And Deckard will walk to the front. She'll bounce it away to Huffman. Free throw line, Kirtley. 1 dribble, wraps a pass to the corner and Plunkett. Good close out there by Johnson. Now Huffman attacks down the middle of the lane from up top. Kirtley fakes. Huffman top with 9. Left-hand dribble, flipping to the corner, and Fisher hauls it back in. A bounce to the open. Plunkett was 6 to shoot. That one an air ball right side. Deckard will save it in with her back to the floor. And here comes CCU the other way on the interception, corralled by Pulaski. Flipping it outside. Johnson catch and shoot 3. That one an air ball left. It'll bounce out of bounds, and Taylor gets it back with 54 and 0.8 of a second remaining in regulation time. 90-51 the Taylor lead. Fourth time this season that Taylor has cracked 90. 93, 94, 93, and now 90 so far tonight. 40 seconds left. Deckard gives off to Plunkett. All 13 players for the Trojans have played tonight that are available. Fisher's shot blocked. Currently trying to get it. Saves it in underneath Fisher's legs and stolen away by Bomar. Shot clock turned off with 26 seconds left. Bomar drives in. Her shot was blocked by Sydney Huffman. 20 seconds left. Fisher will back it out. Huffman will be fouled by Bomar. Third one against Bomar, and the third one against CCU here in the 4th. 15 and 9/10 of a second left. Taylor will be able to dribble out the last little bit of the clock. The Trojans, the 19th ranked team in the land, will improve to 6-1 on the year. They remain perfect here on the home floor. We'll move to 4-0. And they'll win tonight by a final of 90-51 as Taylor will run the weave up top. The Trojans got all 13 players that dressed tonight into the game. And 12 of those 13 scored. 17 threes for the Trojans tonight, 2 off of the school record that they set in the opener this year. We'll take a break, come back with the Ivanhoe postgame show after this here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Play that old song. We really wanted to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You got to have the music. Just listen to it.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Welcome back here inside Odell Arena. Rick Johnston here on the Ivanhoe's postgame show now, joined by second-year head coach Jody Martinez. Your team moves to 6-1 on the year. You got all 13 players that dressed tonight in. 12 of them scored. What do you think of your team's performance tonight?
Overall, I thought Spurdy, we did a good job passing, finding the open man. Thought we had a lot of confidence early shooting a 3. By halftime we were 10 for 20 from the line, 3-point line, 10 for 10 from the free throw line. So I felt we set the tone early enough. And it's hard. You get a lead like that, and you can challenge all you want, but they get complacent at halftime, and we came out flat. And then the bench, they see the score, they don't work as hard, and it's one of those games that what can you do? And I'm glad everyone gets to play, and the starters, bless their hearts. It's another game where they didn't play in the fourth quarter, but you got a game tomorrow that's gonna be more physical. And you got some tough games coming up next week with conference starting, and then a big trip to Tennessee against ranked teams. So
I know this isn't something we'll be able to figure out until the season's done, but being able to rest your starters in at least 3, maybe all 4 home games here in the whole fourth quarter, so you essentially have rest for an entire game in every of the 4 home games. That's got to help when you guys get later in the year. I mean, it turns around and you look at that game at Olivet Nazarene, Kendall plays 40 minutes like it's nothing. Well, that's because she hasn't played for 3/4 of an entire game, right? That's got to help you when we get to February and March, right?
I totally agree. I think, especially when like I said, next week you got 3 games and 2 ranked teams, and
it's some big teams that you're going to play down there in Tennessee.
You know, down in Tennessee, you got a team that has 6 Division I transfers, so it'd be almost like playing another D1 team. But you know, like I said, in the start, it's a reward. I mean, the bench works hard in practice as much as the starters do to give them opportunities to play. I mean, you look at the stat sheet, a lot of balanced minutes. I don't think any of the starters got 20 minutes today.
Becca by
17 seconds. So, you know, you got a bench player who had the most minutes with Sid. I almost had 22 minutes. And so, you know, it's one of the hardest things to do as a coach is how do you balance 13 players getting playing time? And as you know, it's impossible.
Lacey Garrett was the only player that not scored tonight, but she had 5 rebounds to lead your team, and she also had 6 assists.
Yeah, she's playing with a lot of confidence. I mean, she's distributing well, and the players are feeding off her energy, and she's been just really proud of her. You know, when you look at a year ago till now, just a totally different type of player.
What's it been like to see her embrace that new role, knowing, hey, you're facilitating, and her free throw shot, I mean, she came in as a career 60% free throw shooter, and if she's not been perfect from the line this year, she's only missed 1, and it's just such a weapon now because she can attack so well, and she gets fouled being a shorter player.
I said that, you know, in development-wise, that's all we work on with her. She doesn't get to work on her threes. We have enough three-point shooters. She needs to find those shooters, and that's what her role was this year when we talked in the offseason is, you know, you can play the great defense, take care of the basketball, but I need you to distribute. We got plenty of shooters right now.
Yeah.
So you know, we recruited a couple more to come in, and I'm not sure what Meredith finished with on her threes, but, you know, she was looking at it today.
4.
She hit 4, and she missed a couple that were in and out. So, you know, Lacey's embraced the role, and a lot of our success is because of that energy she's bringing.
Should be a good one tomorrow against IU East. You go for a 7-1
start.
start.
I think they're ticked off from the way they played against Indiana Wesleyan.
They hung around in that game. The score was a blowout, but in that first half, it was pretty tight.
First quarter was real tight. Second quarter, they just missed shots that they usually hit, and then third quarter, they just came out flat. It's almost like, you know, they stayed in the locker room or something. But you know, IU East beat St. Francis out of Fort Wayne, and they're ranked 14th. So you don't know which team's going to come out here. I think our starters will be ready to go.
Well, they
better be ready to go. Yeah, they're rested, right?
You were working harder than they were in that fourth quarter, right?
Yeah, that's what I kept telling Nell. Who have my subs yet? I mean, trying to figure out the rotation and just giving them some minutes.
All good. Congrats. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you. Yes, we'll be ready.
We'll be back with more on the Ivanhoe's postgame show after this.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the...
Back here one final time inside Odell Arena. Taylor moves to 6-1 on the year. They're now a perfect 4-0 on the home floor. They win tonight by a final of 90-51. All 13 players that dressed played tonight for the Trojans, and 12 of them scored. They had 4 in double figures, led by Kendall Bradbury, who had a team-high 15 points. Becca Books had 13. Meredith Deckard had 12 off the Taylor bench, and Aubrey Wright had 11. Abby Books had 9, same for Lauren James off the bench. Haley Stratman with 5 in a reserve role. Mariah Plunkett and Madison Fisher each had 3-point baskets. Sydney Huffman also had 5. Kayla Kirtley had 3. And Kiara Nieto had 2. Lacey Garrett, the only player to not score. She did not attempt a shot the entire night, but she also led the team in rebounds with 5. And she came into the night averaging just 2 rebounds per game. She also had 6 assists, which is 2 higher than her season average. The 6 assists also ties a career high. The 5 boards, 1 off of a career mark. For Cincinnati Christian, they were led by Camila Bomar, who had a team-high 15 points. No one else in double figures. Donjane Hill had 9. Brianna Bransford had 8 for CCU. The Trojans shot 52% from the floor in the second half. They finished 49% from the field in the game. They made 17 3-point baskets, at a 45% clip. They went 13 of 16 from the line tonight. The 90 points, the fourth time Taylor has cracked the 90-point plateau this season. With the win, as we mentioned, Taylor moves to 6-1 on the year. They're back here tomorrow to take on IU East at 3 p.m. We'll have that game for you right after our first game is done between Cincinnati Christian and Indiana Wesleyan. Once again, our final score tonight here on the Trojan Sports Network. Number 19, Taylor defeats Cincinnati Christian 90-51 to move to 6-1 on the year, and they stay a perfect 4-0 here at home. This has been a presentation of Taylor Women's Basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network. Good night from Upland, Indiana.